At least 16 schools in Virginia are now under investigation for failing to give students their National Merit Scholarship Awards, which are a big deal. They can open a lot of doors academically and get you late at math camp. The Republican governor there called it a maniacal focus on equal outcomes for all students at all costs. You may not like him, but that accusation strikes a lot of people as true. And this is a bad issue for Democrats, because most Americans seem to agree if they're on an airplane, they want a cockpit that looks like America. But they'd also like someone up.
The controversy over Virginia schools failing to notify students about their National Merit Scholarship Awards exposes a deep cultural struggle between fairness and equality. Governor Glenn Youngkin's accusation of a maniacal focus on equal outcomes resonates because it highlights the tension between rewarding excellence and enforcing sameness. In education, merit should be celebrated as a foundation of achievement, yet ideology often clouds that principle. Americans want a system where hard work and skill determine success, not one where everyone finishes at the same level regardless of effort. When schools suppress achievement in the name of equality, they discourage ambition and dilute the meaning of success itself. It's not about leaving people behind. It's about giving everyone a chance to rise as high as their talent can take them. Equality of opportunity should never morph into equality of results. That's the dangerous line the story exposes, and why it strikes such a national nerve.
There's something on Nepo babies. Shut up, I don't have to. But okay, here it is. And if you haven't heard the term yet, here's a brief montage of all the Nepo babies in the acting profession, beginning with Douglas Fairbanks Jr. That's right, their moms and dads were all stars too. It doesn't make them bad people or untalented. In fact, some Nepo babies did very well in their first big roles. But let's also admit that they weren't the only ones who could have done it. But when it's between a few good people and one of them is going to get you this kind of publicity, who do you think is going to get the part? So enjoy the good life, Nepos. Just don't say you didn't have a huge...
Bill Maher's scorching takedown of Hollywood's nepotism didn't just entertain. It struck a cultural chord. In a business obsessed with fame, many Nepo babies claim they work just as hard as anyone else. But Maher strips away that illusion. When your last name unlocks red carpets, that's not effort, it's inheritance. Hollywood often dresses privilege up as perseverance, creating an illusion of meritocracy that doesn't hold up under scrutiny. The industry rewards familiarity over raw skill because famous surnames sell tickets. Maher's rant is an attack on talent. It's a reminder that fame should be earned, not inherited. He exposes how marketing, not merit, drives casting choices and career momentum. In a world built on storytelling, Hollywood's biggest myth might just be the idea that it's a fair playing field. Maher turns that myth to ash with the kind of brutal honesty the industry rarely hears.
That much who your parents were, or it just got my foot in the door. This is show business. Getting your foot in the door is 80% of it. Yes, there are difficult roles that require acting only the great ones can do, but most acting, please, Vin Diesel can do it. Bodybuilders can do it. Children can do it. Steven Seagal can do it. I did it.
Maher cleverly admits that some star kids are talented, but he reminds us that opportunity is the true currency of success. Getting a foot in the door, he says, is 80% of show business. That's the punchline and the truth. In an industry where introductions matter more than auditions, the children of celebrities start halfway up the ladder. They're not villains, but they do benefit from a system built to favor them. Most ordinary actors grind through rejections, rent payments, and ramen noodles, while Nepo babies stroll through doors already open. Maher's humor hides a serious critique of how the entertainment industry reinforces class privilege. It's not just who you know, it's whose bloodline you share. And that raises a larger question. If show business rewards lineage over labor, what does that say about America's values beyond the screen?
It's acting like you didn't know that glass of wine was going to get thrown in your face. This is one reason why, of the top-rated telecasts on television, sports last year accounted for 94 of the top 100, because it is the last refuge of meritocracy in America. Show business is full of Nepo babies, Politics is full of Nepo babies. Even modeling, which used to require the integrity to find a freakishly perfect 14-year-old in a small Slovenian village, has fallen to nepotism.
The problem Maher describes doesn't stop in Tinseltown. It runs deep through Washington, too. Politics has its own brand of nepotism, where family names carry more weight than resumes. Take Gavin Newsom. His career, cushioned by the Pelosi and Getty networks, illustrates how political power often flows through family pipelines. These aren't coincidences. They're structures built to keep influence in familiar hands. Maher's jab lands because it connects two worlds, Hollywood and Washington, that pretend to be about talent and leadership, but are often driven by legacy and connections. While Hollywood sells fantasy, politics sells hope, yet both industries trade in privilege. The result? Ordinary Americans see the game as rigged. Maher's point isn't partisan. It's a challenge to a system that confuses inheritance with merit. In both arenas, the same question echoes. Who really earns their position?
There are no Nepo babies. There are the sons and daughters of former players, but it's not why they play. Layla Ali didn't knock out 21 opponents by smacking them with her birth certificate. Sports is the last place where it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, just what you do. No one gets hired either because it would make the team look like America or because their rich white daddy pulled strings. I don't trust the government, media, churches, judges, juries, banks, Jiffy Lube, anyone on a dating app covering their chin with their hand. But I do trust that the 450 players in the NBA are the absolute best 450.
Maher contrasts these flawed systems with the one place merit still reigns: sports. The beauty of athletics lies in its brutal fairness. Either you can perform or you can't. No family fortune or political favor can fake skill when the whistle blows. Sports remain a rare sanctuary where excellence is measurable, visible, and undeniable. Layla Ali didn't win fights because of her father's fame. She won because she trained harder and hit stronger. Maher's admiration for sports is less about entertainment and more about its honesty. It's a realm where effort and results are perfectly aligned. That's why fans trust sports in a way they no longer trust government, media, or Hollywood. It still operates by rules everyone understands. In the arena, performance is proof, and that's a principle the rest of society desperately needs to relearn.